I often wonder, sis, should I say that, or should I not say that, or should I go there or not go there, Brother Elisha? Hope for what few minutes that I would stand up here and we'll shortly bring our service to a close, but I would hope that for what few minutes that maybe I would let God come in and use me, that maybe I could say just a couple words to maybe begin to make you think about maybe just where you are between you and God, and maybe that He would use me to maybe help you maybe get a little closer to Him. And
yes, sir.
Don't know what the case will be, Brother Larry, but you know, when Brother Mike was talking and he was talking about that little child, I just kept thinking about Daniel.
Yeah.
Brother, when they cast him in the lion's den, brother, and no doubt the world said he was about to die right then, but it said that, brother, and this man of the lions became his pillow. He just laid there with them, brother. I got news, God, He is God back then and He's God today, but then I begin to think about all these other things. See, God, He is great and He's wonderful. But brother, and I also want people to understand, I also want you to understand, brother, and that God, He is working. My brother, sometimes things happen like Brother Elisha was preaching, and some things we don't always understand, because guess what? There is a world, brother, and that God would come in and that He would clothe a little 22-month-year-old, brother, and bring him home safe, brother, and all would rejoice, and brother, and I believe that, I really do. My brother, and there's also that same God. We also live in a world, brother, that's always not quite like that. Brother, and we also, brother, I watch my sister and my brother-in-law, brother, and they'll get a phone call, and maybe just a maybe, brother, and they'll get a phone call, you've got to go to this hospital because there's a little child that's been abused. Brother, and every doctor says, surely it's been abused. Brother, and guess what? They'll take them in, and brother, they'll take them and they'll love them, and they'll hold them. Do you know that God, He's still God? Brother, and right there in there, and I'll watch Him, brother, not knowing, will He be there today, or will they take Him tomorrow? See, we always don't understand how everything plays out, and I'm not saying this just to try to get at you and tug at your heart, but I'm trying to make you understand that I live in a world that's impure, that is broken, and my God, who clothes, brother, and the little child, brother, and bring him home safe, brother, and He's still God, brother, in a broken world, brother, He's still my God, brother, and that bless me with a beautiful wife and 4 children, brother, and if He sees fit, brother, to take me home tomorrow, brother, or take my family, guess what, Mama? He's still God, brother, and whether I understand everything or not, brother, and God, brother, He is good.
Yes, sir.
Even when we don't understand Him. I'm not trying to take away from all that, but brother, God's given me a heart that's full sometimes, and when He begins to work, brother, and He begins to put things. See, what I want you to understand is life isn't always rosy. It's not always, brother, and everything doesn't always go our way. But do you know, sometimes we can also, brother, and I'm out talking to some young men the other day, brother, and they're talking just about how bad we have it. Our communities are run down. Tell your children to get out of here. There's nothing here. And I wanted to look at them, and I did tell them, my children, they plan on staying Are you doing it to yourself sometimes? Are you letting God work in your life? See, there was a man. One time, see, God, we've all heard all these great stories. God's people, they were brought into bondage, and Egypt had them as slaves, and brother, and then God brought Moses. Brother, and then all these miracles, they crossed the Red Seas, and brother, and after brought them out in the desert, brother, when there was nothing to eat or drink, God would send the fowls of the air to feed his people. Brother, and he would turn bitter waters into drinkable water. He did all these things, and at the end of Moses, then came Joshua, brother, and in the great river of Jordan spread wide, brother, and he parted that water and showed them people. See, God's people, God's people in general, we're a stubborn people. We want to see God only when we want to, and maybe when life is going good. We turn to everything but God. Once again, later on, all of God's people, they were delivered to the enemy's hands. They didn't. Said their enemies were like the grasshoppers of a great field. They couldn't even be numbered. But God sent an angel to a young man named Gideon. Yeah. Brother, and then it said this man, he looked at that angel and he thought, surely you're not coming to me. He said, I come from a poor family. He said, in a poor family, he said, I'm the least of all of them. Brother, and he was trying to say, there's nothing to me. Surely you've got the wrong man. But brother, and by him, brother, and God began to work and begin to use them. See, sometimes, Aaron, sometimes we think that this is our plan. This is how it's mapped up. Well, it just happened. This is the way it is. I felt like grabbing those young men and saying, that isn't your road. If you don't want it to be your road, because God, he can make things happen. He can use us if we would let him. Don't let this world tell you who you are and what you're going to be. Let God tell you what you can be and what plans he can have for you, brother. Sometimes I get excited because, brother, this broken young man living out of a backpack, brother, looked up in the heavens and cried out to a God to come in and use me, come in and save me, brother. And guess what? He set me on a path, brother, that this world it can't even see. Brother, he gave me something that 20 years later I want to shout louder about. I want to tell him louder. God is so good to me. He's done so much for me, Mama. I would think sometimes that I'm living in a dream still, because surely you can't, life can't be this good. Yeah. This isn't about my possessions either. This isn't about things you can obtain. It's about things right down in the heart. Well, that's what makes a man rich. That's what makes that song, when friends are crying, I'm rejoicing, brethren, because it's not about the things that we have and the things we hold, but it's what God can do in our lives. That man Gideon, he called in and said, let's gather us in an army. Brother, and when they had 32,000 men, he began to get nervous. He seen war was coming. All the soldiers, they showed up now. There's no turning back. And he said he began to get worried. He began to talk to God. How often do we feel that God has a plan? How often do we feel sometimes that, yes, God, this is you and this is right, but then let a few minutes pass, or let a little bit of time come in and we start doubting again and we start worrying. And he began to talk to the Lord again, and he said, God, if that is you, if you are there and you're telling me to do this, he said, tonight as I go to sleep, I'm going to place a fleece of wool out. And brother, and he said, let that fleece be dry as a bone, but let all the ground be wet. wet with dew. Brother, and he woke up, no doubt heading straight out to check on it. And when he did, he seen it was just as he asked God for. Everything was wet all around it, and that fleece remained dry. But I love how he put it. I don't know how that day went for him, but I can imagine with the weakness of me, he was so strong that morning. God, you've showed me, you've given me what I've asked for. How often do we ask the Lord? How often do we want these things? And he said, you've given me. Surely you're here, surely. And by the nighttime, when he was alone, he began to talk. And I love how he worded it. He said, God, please don't be mad at me. He said, please don't be mad. He said, but I need another sign, Lord. I need another one. He said, tonight, let all the ground be dry and let that fleece be wet. Brother, and he woke up and it said he could wring out a bowl full of water. That was in it, brother. But guess what? God, he wasn't done with them. He looked out and he said, you are called in the armies. He said, there's 32,000 here. He said, and if I let you go and defeat everybody, men are going to look at themselves and say, oh, look what we've done. Oh, look how mighty we are.
Yep.
He said, you take them down to the water. And he said, every man that gets down to that water and gets a drink and he puts his head down in it. He said, you put them on one side. He said, every man that brings that water up and begins to lap it, he said, those men I want you to put on another pup. Oh, I guess I always looked at it. Brother, and some men, they dropped their heads. This was a time of war. They were getting ready, brother, and those men, they were going to keep their eyes out with the others. Brother, and they kept their face pointed outward, brother, and they were ready. And do you know, one time when I was a young minister up at our church up in Michigan, we had a preacher there and his wife. She had recently got diagnosed with MS. And brother, so far we couldn't really see much change in her. Brother, it was time that they were going to have an anniversary party at the church. So we all got out early. It was a surprise for them. We all got out and the church was packed on every side. And we were just laughing and we were carrying on. And brother, we seen them pull in and we thought, here they come. Well, 5 minutes went by and 10 minutes went by and they still weren't coming in. All that laughter began to get real quiet in the church. They thought, what's going on? We had a couple doors like that, and we watched them open, and we watched her begin to walk in, and she had a walker. And she couldn't even barely begin to walk up, and you see, everybody, your heart just dropped because we love one another, and it began to crush us. And as she walked, I heard a voice speaking in my ear, and it said, tell her how pretty she looks. Brother, and I just looked out at the crowd, and I just don't even know why, but I never said anything that bothered me so bad. So, brother, I got news. God, He is looking for bold soldiers, and that's why maybe when I'm just supposed to be saying the prayer list, and I look out at a parking lot, and I see you walking up, Eric, and I just want to stop and I say, everybody, pray for that young man that God would use him, that maybe he would seek God the way that God seeks us. Brother, God, see, He's not the short side, we're the short side. God, He wants to use us. God, He's ready and He's able. My brother, and we got to do our part, brother, and we got to be ready to be used by the Lord. We got to want Him to use us or else, brother, and it's just casting our pearls among the swine, brother. But guess what? Sometimes we got to be able to stand out to say what needs to be said and speak up.
Exactly right.
Even when it's a crowd full of people. That bothered me so much. I said, Lord, you speak something, I'm going to do my best to say it every time. I don't care who's there. I don't care who's listening. I'll shout it. I'll shout it for you because I know what God can do for us. Brother, he dwindled them a couple more times till he had 300 men. And again, fear moved in. Fear moved in, and he thought, this army, we're about to battle. I was scared when I had 32,000 men. Now I'm here with 300. God told him, he said, if you're still scared, Gideon, he said, go down into the army of the camp of the army that you're about to fight, and go listen to what they have to say. And that man, he must have been scared because he went that night. Brethren, and God, he sent a message to him right there. And brethren, he was ready finally to go to war. And I'll just kind of get through it, brethren. But guess what? He told his men, he divided them into 3 camps of 100. Brethren, and he placed, it set a clay vessel in one hand. Brethren, and in that clay vessel they put a light down inside. Brethren, in the other hand they gave every man a trumpet. Brethren, no doubt. Brethren, were they going to war? Were they going to have a concert? I'm not sure. Brethren, this is what God told them. Brethren, and he said, everything you see me do, I want you to do, brethren. Thank God for those men and women who's listening to the Lord, brethren. Latch a hold to them. Listen to them, brethren. And guess what, though? I might feel strong sometimes. Brethren, I get awful weak. Brethren, thank God for Brother Elisha here, who sometimes, brethren, knows. Maybe God speaks to him and he'll lift me up, brethren, and strengthen me along the way. But I thank God he uses us, brethren, to help one another. Brethren, that will listen to one another. And brethren, let's not be caught alone. Brethren, feeling vulnerable, but let men and women of God stay together and strengthen each other. Brethren, you know, he said, brethren, when they all got around the army, says that he blew that trumpet. Said he broke that vessel, and that light began to shine. Brethren, and he hollered out, he said, this is the sword of the Lord. And of Gideon, and every man did the same. Brethren, and what I love about all of this story, what God showed me through it all, do you know that, brethren, after those men did that, it said that the enemy began to run around frantic, and it said that their sword began to fall one on another. I didn't even read of Gideon or his men even attacking anyone, brethren, but guess what? Sometimes we're looking for these great things in our life. Sometimes how many men and women come to us and they said, if I could just get this piece out of my life, then I could commit to the God. If I could just stop doing this, then I'll give it over to him. Brother Gideon, I see the whole enemy ready to fight him. Brother, God didn't even need to send Gideon. He just spoke it and it was so. Brother, sometimes we look to ourselves for this great big mountain. And I got news, if you lean on yourself, you're always going to fall a little short. But if you'll stop leaning on yourself and you'll lean on God more, then he can use you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That great big problem. What Gideon didn't understand is that it wasn't Gideon, it was God. He was just using them. Brethren, we all have letters from our Father, and they're right here in my hand.
Amen.
And if you would use them, if you would look to them for your strength, knowing it's not you and knowing that your problem ain't quite as big as what you're making it out. Brethren, but if you would let God, if you would turn it over to Him and quit saying, let me fix this, let me change this. Brethren, guess what? Let God fix it. Let God change it. How do I do that? How can I just say, all right, you fix it and walk away, and you stay in prayer. You stay seeking. God, I need your help here. God, I need you to intervene here. And guess what? Those great big mountains, they're nothing to my Lord.
Yeah.
You know why I can still get so excited? There was a point in my life where I felt like I had messed it up. So I thought, Lord, I've done it this time. You're not even going to fix me. I've went and really did it. Brethren, sometimes what's standing on the outside isn't what it always is. Brethren, what stands up here, just like you would look at me and you would say, Mike, I can't ever picture you doing anything bad. I'll take you out of Michigan and I'll show you some men that would say, I can't believe you ever did anything good. That is what God can do for us. See, it's not always the picture that you see up here, that image, those things, they're not always the way they appear. But what God can do for us, and what God can do with us, brethren, it would amaze men and women. That's why I still stay so excited. That's why, brethren, when that Spirit moves, I want to shout. You brothers, go ahead and get you a song, however you want to. I'm here to tell you, quit fighting the battles for yourself. Quit leaning to your own understanding on how to fix all your problems. Let God do the fixing for you, brother. Let God go in and let God work. Let God be God and you be you. Leaning on the Lord. But let Him be first. Brother, go ahead and sing. And if you're here today and you've been praying and you feel that God has heard your prayer and you're ready to come home, there's no better day than today to turn it all over to Him. The church doors are open for receiving members by experience in baptism, recommendation, or restoration, however you want to come. God has been so good to us. And He'll be good to you too.
Yes, He will.
God is the best friend that I've ever found in this life. I love my wife with all my heart. I love Momo. I love all my family with all my heart. But truly, there is a man who came in and could do things for me that my family can never do. He'll do that for you. The church doors are open.
Yes, sir.
I'm so happy.
Thank you, Lord.
And road is rough and long. Sometimes I feel so